consciousness among the black people in America. So, Brandon, how do you recognize yourself? Is that an American or African or African American?
African American is my identity. Reason being is I am of African descent for the African part. But I was born and raised in the United States, specifically in Maryland. So that's how I identify. That's what I identify with.
Great. Why don't you identify yourself just an American rather than African American?
I don't identify specifically an American only because of the experiences that my people and myself have experienced. Going back to slavery and the voyage that we endured coming to the Americas, and then once we were sent here, and after the emancipation and everything, we still suffered the injustices as a people. So I definitely identify with that. So it doesn't really, still doesn't make me feel like I'm an American per se, just because of those experiences.
All right. So when we say African American, which one weights more for you? Is that the African or the American? It is like a two term.
Which one carries more weight?
Yes.
African for me, yeah.
Thank you. So do you have any experience like about with African people? Do you have like any awareness about their culture, values?
I have met some nice African people from Africa, I should say. I don't have a lot of friends that are African, but I have befriended some, and I've learned some things from textbooks and stuff upon my college career, but I've never like eaten the food, the cuisine, or experienced any African cultures, cultural aspects within Africa. So I'm still a little ignorant of those African identities.
Great. So my another question would be, what is the primary factor for you to have this dual identity as African and American rather than American or African? Do you think is that the school or the education system or family or the media? Which one would you like weights more?
Yeah, I think family, because my family on both sides are African American. They both are of African descent as well. I'm sure further down the line we have some other cultures, probably Caucasian, but we most identify with African, of African descent. We identify with our blackness. So family definitely, definitely influences the dual identity. Media, I don't really trust it too much when they try to depict African Americans. They always show us in a negative light. Generally, we're always the goofy ones, or the ones that are shiftless and lazy, or usually we're the ones that like to eat, bunch of fried chicken and watermelon all the time, and drink Kool-Aid. And then with the police brutalities that have been going on for the last few years, it definitely the media definitely paints a negative picture on the African American.
My last question would be for you, uh, for like just personally for yourself. What does it mean to be black in America?
To be black.
Like on your, how you can describe it.
When I think about being black, I think about the contribution that um, we've put out there in the spotlight as far as like music. I think about hip hop and R&B and jazz and gospel. Those are my favorite genres, by the way. So I definitely identify blackness with that. I think about athletics, like basketball, football, pretty much. We're predominantly in those sports. I think about blackness in terms of religion. You know, we're we're pretty much Christian or Muslim. So yeah.
Thank you, Brandon.